Life lesson number 2. Go far solo. Go further together.
Ooh, I have heard something like
There's
that.
some sort of variation of that, right? There's
I like
some
that,
sort of
though.
variation of that.
Yeah.
But I'll coin this one. This
Yeah.
variation of it, I'll take credit for it, even though I definitely stole it.
You put David after you say that.
Yeah. David the dog trainer. Okay, so here's the thing, right? So business partnerships. Business partnerships suck because of the point of going into business is to be able to do what you want to do, when you want to do it, how you want to do it.
Yeah.
Right? That is literally the point of going into a business or into going to business for yourself.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Of being a creative entrepreneur. Right? When you're in a business partnership, even if you are a 80% owner of the business and there's a 20% fucking money guy in the back or something like that, right? You always, forever and ever, till the end of time, are to some extent going to be answering to somebody. Right? And if that's for you, go for it. I think it completely defeats the purpose of being in business. I want to be solely responsible for the success or the failure of anything it is that I do. That's why I don't like business partnerships, especially when you get into 50-50 business partnerships where truly there's two people that are trying to be that person that's like in charge totally of things, but really neither of you are, and it just creates conflict and struggle and stuff.
Yeah.
So whatever. I would suggest my life lesson, what's worked for me is not to have business partnerships. Right?
Yeah.
Now, the go far solo, go further together is different. That is not a business partnership. That is getting back to the cooperation. That is getting back to as you grow, right? You could do a lot on your own, right? I've got friends that are entrepreneurs that do things, that offer services and stuff, and it's just them, and they go very, very far. You could be very successful doing that. But if you want to go really, really far, right? You need to be able to cooperate and find the right people to partner with, not from a business legal partnership standpoint, but to partner with that could complement your needs and be able to grow things in the way that you want to grow things. Couple examples, right? In your case, you could partner up with these people that have these ideas, and you could develop connections with other people that have new cool ideas that you could work alongside with, right? And you could mutually benefit each other a little bit while still operating as the solo creative entrepreneur that you are. Grow your name and make yourself much, much bigger because everybody's kind of helping everybody out a little bit. In my case, I could do the same thing where I develop relationships with other people. I help out the local county shelter and they help me out, right? I, make really great connections with a very influential person and help them out. And then they help me out by helping to build the name from an internal standpoint, right? I hire really good talent, my trainers, my kennel staff, my management, all of that, right? Like I could bring on other people that I know are really, really good at what it is that they do to help further and grow towards the mission that we're trying to grow towards, right? And I think a lot of times early on in business for people, because I did this as well, right? Early on, you view a lot of your hired people as, we've talked about this a million times, people that can't do certain things as good as you, but they could help you with those things, right? That is a flawed, faulty state of mind. And that is totally an ego issue of you think you're the best and you think that you could never do it. Nobody could ever do it any better than you. When in actuality, I know that there are some of my trainers that could interact with certain clients or train certain types of dogs. Like I've said before, somebody asked me a question, not to get super off the rails, on YouTube recently of like, what is it that I think they asked like, what is it you don't really like doing, right?
Yeah.
Or it was something along those lines. And I said in it, I was like, I absolutely know that I'm good at working with puppies and I can train puppies and all that kind of stuff. But truthfully, I don't really like working with puppies. It doesn't scratch that itch. I don't like it that much. Whatever, right? Michelle and Bridget, on the other hand, fucking love working with puppies.
The puppies.
Like, they love it. They absolutely love it. Michelle even helped create our new puppy program that we have out right now. So guess what? I know without a question of a doubt that we have over the last like 6 months or so, I would say, expanded our branding from like, because really we're a behavioral modification training center, but we've been able to expand that branding to like, we get all sorts of fucking puppies in right now. That's because we have somebody on the team now, or we have multiple people on the team now that could work with those types of clients and those types of dogs with those types of needs better than I can.
Yeah.
Plain and simple, right? If somebody said, hey, I've got a puppy I want to train start to finish. Should David the dog trainer do it? Should Michelle the dog trainer do it? Or should Michelle or Bridget the dog trainer do it? I would say Bridget or Michelle are going to be able to train that dog and train you better because they have more passion for it. And now at this point, they're starting to have more experience with it as well.
Yep.
Right? So go far, bringing this back, go far solo, go further together. Find other people, whether you bring into your company or that you partner with outside of your company, that could provide things that are better than what you can provide yourself.
Mic drop. No, that's exactly how I'm looking at it is bringing people, you know, we've talked about it before as well, is and your example, honestly, with the puppy thing, you know, it's not your cup of tea. Could you train a puppy? Of course, 100%. Do you want to? No. Is it your passion? No.
Yeah.
Is it their passion? Yes. Will they do maybe a better job communicating everything? Yes, because it's their passion. You know, it's finding those people that are good at, you know, I can't make a logo. I can't rebrand something. Like, that's not my cup of tea. Could I learn? Probably. Or I could find, you know, hey, contract you to come in and help us with this project. You know, finding the right people for the job. I feel like that's what the go farther together is all about.
There's, I'm getting back to, I'm throwing quotes out there now, right? Jim Collins, Good to Great. Fantastic book. Read it if you haven't read it already. One of the first things on his book, it was like first chapter or second chapter or something like that, was just get the right people on the bus. Right?
Yeah.
And you could spin it 8,000 ways. Basically what he was implying is like with a company, before you even worry about what people are going to do, just get a bunch of the right people.
Yeah.
Right? Get a bunch of people that are aligned to your mission and aligned to your goals and have the same values as you, right? And then that all have various different skills. And before you worry about what anybody does, if you have the right people on the bus, you're going to be able to find places for those people to be and make sure that they do really good work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that is a lesson. I remember when I read that book, however long ago it was, I really took that to heart. And there's been a lot of times over the course of the last 11 years, right, where there have been employees that I've hired not really knowing what I was going to do with them exactly yet, but just knowing that they were really good people. You know what I mean? I could just tell this is a really solid individual that has really good values and has the right heart and has skill, right? And it's like, there's been times where we kind of just floated, and there's been times it's like, I have people and they're on payroll and maybe they're even overpaid for what it is that they're specifically doing, right? Yeah. But because I know they're good people, I know it's worth the investment in keeping them around until I figure out what to do with them.
Yeah.
Right? And it's almost 100% of the time worked out in our favor every time we've been in that situation before.
Yeah.
So that's a big one too.